I now officially open the conference. For the things you have done for us, Barbie comrade, loving comrade, here you are, far away from home. We shall miss you, we shall love you, for the things you've done for us. Ugandan comrades, loving comrades, here you are, far away from home. We shall miss you, we shall love you, for the things you've done for us. Women power, women power.
Have you seen an election rally without women? No. Have you seen an election rally where women at the front? It is the most vibrant, it is the most attended, it is the most attractive.
Mukyala w'omukulembeze w'eggwanga ayanizibwa mu ggwanga ly'e Kenya wakati mizira awerekeddwako sipiika wa KCCA mu kibuga Kampala. Abakyala banna Kenya saako n'abava mu ggwanga erya TZ bamulinamu essuubi ly'amaanyi nnyo. Kwanirizaako gwe muganda wange ali eyo alaba Ghetto TV saako n'ogiwuliriza. Mwezi tuli mu gwa 11. Oli ku Ghetto TV nateera amanya nze Buganda Ronald Mugenyi. Webale kubaako. Olunaku olwaleero nkuleetedde mukyala w'omukulembeze w'eggwanga lyattu lino Uganda, First Lady, Her Excellence Barbie Yetungo Kyagulanyi. Olunaku olw'Essande yatuuka mu ggwanga lyattu erya Kenya n'ayanirizibwa wakati mu ssanyu okuva eri bannakenya. Munnange Her Excellence Barbie Yetungo Kyagulanyi bw'atyo n'ayingira Kenya wakati mu ssanyu. Abangi muyinza okwebuuza nti Oweekitiibwa mukyala w'omukulembeze yali akimye eki mu ggwanga lino erya Kenya. Munnange abadde ayogerako n'abakyala abeegattira mu kibiina ekirwaniriza eddembe ly'abakyala mu East Africa bayita Barbie Yetungo Kyagulanyi Her Excellence okukiikirira Uganda. Abali eyo nga temunategeera buzito bwa gavumenti ya His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, munange mbasaasidde nga sinneeyongerayo. Njagala okutumirako muganda waffe JB Muwonge, weebale nnyo emirimu gyonna gy'okola. Njagala okutumirako baganda baffe aba People Power Greater Masaka, mwebale kukuuma mukulembeze wa ggwanga, mwebale kukuuma mazima, ate era mwebale kutambuza njiri ya nkyukakyuka. Temujjanga okwo. Abategese olukuŋŋaana luno be bannaffe aba Defenders Coalition mu ggwanga lino erya Kenya. Defenders Coalition mu ggwanga erya Kenya be bategese olukuŋŋaana luno nga lwabadde lugendereddwa ku ki. Wuliriza amanya Buganda Ronald Mugenyi, oli ku Ghetto TV, muganda wange kw'otulabira. Gwatanagenda ku mugutu gwaffe ogwa YouTube, gendayo munange ate osobola okuba nga otufunira eyo ne wano ku Facebook saako ne ku Twitter. Olukuŋŋaana luno lwagendereddwamu okwogera ku ddembe ly'abakyala. Oba abakyala bayinza batya okufuna eddembe lyabwe obwenkanya, amazima saako n'okuyisibwa ng'abantu. Woman Human Rights. Abategeera oluzungu mukategeddaako eddembe ly'abakyala. Muno mwabaddemu ebintu bingi. Omwabadde okwenyigira mu byobufuzi bayinza kwenyigira batya mu byobufuzi by'eggwanga lya Uganda, ery'e Kenya saako ne Tanzania. Kwegamba abakyala ba East Africa yonna mu mawanga gaabwe bayinza batya okwenyigira mu byobufuzi, bayinza batya okukuuma eddembe lyabwe, okusigala nga bawa ekitiibwa omwana ow'obuwala saako n'abakyala abafumbo n'abo abakyali mu masomero. Gye gimukumiramwa egyabadde mu lukuŋŋaana luno. Nkunyumiza ki? Wano wetugenda wanyuma. Yes, freedom fighter Julie Bristol nkutumiddeko nnyo happy birthday. Webale kukula ate webale kwagala ggwanga lyo Uganda. Barbie ayingira mu hoteri eno, ayingira mu wolo muneeno mwabadde abakyala ab'ebitiibwa, abakyala aboogera ensi ne zikankana. N'ayingira enduulu n'ewaya, enduulu n'ewaya munnange, nga wano we bayimba people power our power, era nga we bayimba women power our power. N'ayanirizibwa mu bitiibwa ng'awerekebwako Speaker wa KCCA omukyala Zahara Luyulika. Right Honorable Speaker Zahara Luyulika bayanirizibwa munange ne bayingira munda. Barbie Tungo Kyagulanyi, abakyala babadde banekedde mu bitengi ng'endu obulombolombo bw'eggwanga lino baatandise okumuzinira amazina agamwaniriza, okumuyimbira ennyimba munnange ezimuwaana n'ezimusuuta nga bw'olaba. Kankutereyo ku ddoboozi owulire nga bamuwaana, era naye amazina gano yagenyigiddemu butereevu. Wulira. boogezi ab'amaanyi okuva mu mawanga ga East Africa, abakyala baasituse ne boogera. Buli omu n'ayogera kye yabadde alina okwogera. Akadde katuuse ne banjula era ne bayita mukyala w'omukulembeze w'eggwanga lino Uganda, High Excellence Barbie Itungo Kyagulanyi, agende ku katuuti ayogereko eri abakyala ba East Africa. Barbie najja nakwata akazindaalo mu kumwanjula oba okumusitula okujja okwogera. Wulira enduulu, wulira ennyimba, lengera gwe amazina gy'oli waabwe. Ovanga ku muntu muganda wange nga yanaazibwa olweza, kankuwe okwogera kw'omukyala w'omukulembeze w'eggwanga High Excellence Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, ate era nkomewo. Wulira.
That they will give sanitary pads, but we have waited and nothing is coming by. So what we can only do is improvise, and I am spearheading the campaign of stitching a sanitary pad, a skill I am teaching mainly the girls from the outskirts of Kampala. In the course of my concessions activities, I have since largely it has been criminalized now. 2 months ago, when I tried to support a hospital that attends to hundreds of children who have been impregnated during COVID-19, during the lockdown of COVID-19, the police and military blocked us, and they were not shy to throw tear gas and fire bullets right in the middle of the hospital. That was just a few months ago. I have found myself in the middle of politics. I had met my husband 20 years ago. We lived a life of celebrities, just singing and talking about issues which other people fear to say through music. So I was happy being in the background until my husband was arrested about 3 years ago. So during that time, I had nothing to do but to bring out my face and speak. That's how I found myself being categorized as a human rights defender who comes out and speaks in the camera and doesn't just do the work. You know, we have very many categories of human rights defenders. Those who do the work behind closed doors, those who help with the law in case they have people who have issues and need justice, and those who are bold enough to come out and speak. So I had been doing my work behind doors then until I found myself at the front line. You people in Kenya started it. You started the Free Bobby Wine campaign. I saw it and I was like, wow, how can foreigners feel our pain more than us? You know, we tend not to realize that we are one. We tend not to realize that we are human beings and it's just the borders that separate us, but we have the same problems and they affect us equally. So at that time, I did not know that we are one until I saw the whole world come out to defend the rights of my husband, the right to free, to justice, and the right to a hearing in court. If it was not for the noise you people made, he would still be rotting in jail right now. So then I chose to speak up. And during our movement, although the news cover us and the headlines say to focus on him, myself and the children, the clampdown on human rights and freedoms actually affects so many other people in the country, and they never get to tell their stories. In our audience today, people who I will not show you, but they have managed to run away from home. They are the only platform which showed us the behind of the scenes of the violations of human rights that happened during the elections and the campaigns in Uganda, where my husband stood as president. He contested. He was in a trail which was the most dehumanizing. So we had a group of very brave boys who decided to face the tear gas, who decided that they would die with him, and covered everything without shaking on their media platforms. They have since been hunted, they have since been imprisoned, some are in torture chambers where we can't know, and some ran away. They're here. Right now, they're here. And I want to thank Kenya for hosting our people. You may not know, but you have an influx of human rights defenders from Uganda in Kenya. From way back in the history of 1980s, when Museveni and his fellow colleagues were in the bush fighting, their families were here. They were hosted here. They bore children here. Their children studied here. They lived here for long. So Kenya is known for hosting people who fight for freedom. Thank you. Although you hosted someone who is becoming a problem, but we thank you that you have that heart to host our people. So you know we have very many of our people here looking for assistance, and we want to remind Kenya that please, we are backing on your assistance, and we ask, we beg you to help our people. We bank on them even when they're here. Their impact is felt back home. They have social media platforms which highlight our plight back home, and when they are not fine, then our struggle back home is not going to go as we expect. Please keep an eye on our people. Human rights defenders are mainly thought to be men. We have very many men who are human rights defenders worldwide. But I'll give us an example of women human rights defenders back home, because that's where I'm well knowledgeable about. Human rights defenders in Uganda have been in extremely difficult situations, and many young political activists have not only been violently arrested and tortured, several have been raped and molested under detention. Knowing how much power women wield in causing change, regime operatives have done the worst to women who end up trapped into their system in order to send a message to other women to simply back off. And so, you all know Dr. Stella Nyanzi, who many of you have seen on TV boldly speaking for those who cannot speak for themselves. She is one of those many examples. She had to run away from the country some time back, and you hosted her. Thank you again. She has been arrested for speaking the truth, tortured, and kept for several months. Likewise, an activist called Nalongo Nana was violently arrested outside the police headquarters and treated in the most inappropriate and violent manner. As I speak, Olivia Lutaya, a young mother who has been under detention for 6 months now, for no crime whatsoever, was picked from her house in the dead of the night for identifying with the People Power movement, and she was arrested in the most indignifying manner. Right now, she is detained and charged for possession of military weapons. Many mothers have been made to leave their families behind, and it's very sad, but we all know that those who love peace must learn to organize as effectively as those who love war. So, if you love peace, you must organize as well as those who love war. Because we all know that the violators of human rights are those who have power. They have the guns, they have the authority, they have the media, they have all fronts to silence you. Yet, those are the custodians of the law. They are the ones who are supposed to be protecting us. I applaud you all, human rights defenders, who choose to weather the storm, who choose to stand and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. I have special respect for you. You are like Moses. Moses had a line of Israelites behind him. He did not know how he was going to cross the Red Sea, but he said, I have this stick, and it will take me through the Red Sea. So human rights defenders are like Moses. You have the truth as the stick, and if you strike it in the Red Sea, it will create the way for you. So as you stand for human rights, and as you defend those who cannot speak for themselves, please take the truth as that stick that Moses had. I'd like to thank you for the invite. Gloria, thank you very much, and team, for taking very good care of me. I bring love from Mr. Kyagulanyi. I wish he would speak to you, but he said hi. Thank you.
Women power! Power! Women power!
Power! More power! More power!
Barbie etungo Kyagulanyi ng'amaze okwogera nga bw'obirabye muganda wange, bannakenya bamutegeera, bamumanyi, babadde bawuliriza nga balala we bawandiika ebigenda mu maaso, nga pointi z'owulidde zaayogerako ez'okutulugunya bannansi abeenyigira mu byobufuzi naddala abakyala, eza gavumenti ya kuno okulimba abaana ab'obuwala pads ne batazibawa, okusiba bannamawulire n'okubatulugunya okubatuusa okuwaŋŋanguka nga bw'obiwulidde, nga bannakenya we banyeenya omutwe, abangi ebiyengeyenge ne bijja mu maaso. Ono lwatadde akazindaalo munange neyamuwerekeddeko Oweekitiibwa Right Honorable Speaker of KCCA Zahara Luyirika, naye n'akwata omuzindaalo. Bino bye yayogedde.
City Authority, that is the capital city of Uganda, a country where we are craving for peace, for liberty. That is why you see us in the struggle. She has given a very good brief about me. I am a doctor of a verdict, and I really appreciate God. Maybe that is where I got the courage from to be standing here before you. I want to applaud you. Thanks for making peace in Kenya. Thanks for putting up the initiative of seeing us women also come out to fight for our rights. We do not know when we have power until when we get into that problem that we want to move away from and stand for what is right for us, what is right for the girl child, and what is right for everyone around us. As mothers, we always pledge that we shall be the best fighters of human rights for everyone. We want to thank you, Kenyans. My mom brought you greetings from our father, as we call him, because he has come out to say what others feared again. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Kenya. Thank you very much. W, women, human rights defenders. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Wano munange Ghetto TV we yagulide ku mukyala eyatandika okwekalakaasa mu Kenya, okwasitula bannakenya saako ne bannayuganda bawangalira mu Kenya okudimandinga oba okumbanja Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okuteebwa ng'akwatibwa mu bitundu ebyaluwa. Omukyala ono Ruth munnakenya naye ye yakulemberamu okwekalakasa mu Kenya okwatwala wiiki nnamba ng'abanja obuwanguzi bwa munnayuganda atali munnakenya. Wulira ebigambo bye.
And I'm humbled. My name is Ruth Mombi. I'm a human rights defender. I'm a human rights defender, and my work, I do community organizing. I educate women. I mobilize women. I believe in women resistance. I believe that women are not powerless. We have that power. And our struggle is Ugandan struggle, is Tanzanian struggle. And we wanted to connect all those struggles because we believe when we have a united Africa, when we have a united East Africa, it makes us stronger. Going back to our history, and it's good that Barbie, thank you so much, Barbie, for honoring us. And we are so much happy. From an idea to where we are here today. Asante sana. Take our hugs, our celebration to Ugandan women. Waambia, here we say, bado mapambano yanaendelea. The struggle continue, and we are here to hold you. We are here to give you all the support as Kenyan women to Ugandan women. Thank you so much. We are happy that Africa, we are realizing our dream as African women, as Kenyan women, and we are moving forward stronger, and stronger we are, and stronger we shall be. Thank you so much.
Weewaawo sijja kulisaye wa Ruth nkuleetedde abamu ku baabaddewo abakyala abamaanyi mu ggwanga erya Kenya ne TZ nabo obeewulirireko.
An art hub that works with artists who use art for social change. So I think one of the problems that we've had is we have, not we as power, I mean as human rights defenders, we are only as women seen with the men. Yeah, we don't exist outside of these men that are seen. Yet, in the case of someone like Bobby Wine, when you think of even our politicians, some of our frontline politicians who are in the struggle, you don't even know who their spouses are, you don't know who their partners are. Yet there are people who really hold that struggle together, right? Because when he comes home, he's fighting for his children. Who's taking care of these children? Who keeps the children? Who takes the children to school? Who makes sure the children are fine? Who makes sure he appears looking the way he appears? Yeah? Who makes sure that he's had a good night's rest, that he's eaten well? So these are some of the roles that are not even considered. But away from that, even beside that, is that we also do other things. Like any mother, that's something that any mother is doing in their home. But also, when I said I work for Power, I work at Power 254, I'm also a journalist. Things that if you do not, the way you focus on these men, you don't focus on the women at all.
Neyanzanyo sebo mwebale nnyo bane abalabi ba Ghetto TV bana Uganda bana Kampala balamusiza nnyo amanya bagogedde era yinze sina kyenjuka naye olukungana lwetwazeemu ne First Lady lutuwadde ekyokulabirako kinene nnyo kitulina okukola waffe Kampala kitulina okukola waffe Uganda lutulaze nti abantu baagala mubutuufu okwerwanirira lutulaze nti abakyala naffe tusobola okubeera abamu ku abalwanira eddembe ly'obuntu litegeeza muntu ena kwesitukiramu yeerwanirire eddembe ly'obuntu litegeeza ffe abakulembeze baabwe oba ffe balabirako bebeegomba tuvuddewa so ekibaddewo Nairobi olwaleero tuzze okubabulira naffe be mulaba wano tufaanana ng'abo abalala ababonyaabonyezebwa ebbanga lyonna.
Yes, gwe munange ebyo bye byabadde mu ggwanga erya Kenya. Omukyala omukulembeze w'eggwanga kitegeeza aweebwa ekitiibwa mu ggwanga lyonna era they do recognize her as the first lady of Uganda, Barbie Kyagulanyi. Mama Solo nkutumiddeko nnyo weebale kuweesa ggwanga lyaffe ekitiibwa amanya nze Buganda Ronald mugenyi muzukulu wa Nankere Bukerekere ombala sirya mamba naye amazinywa mugende ku mukutu gwaffe ogwa YouTube baganda baffe munange mukoonemu njagala okutegeeza gwe muganda wange omulungi ali eyo kano kalango Mama Africa Craft Stores abatutuusaako obugatto obw'omulembe buno bu craft shoes obusawo emisipi enkofiira ez'amaliba original mumweyune Mama Africa Craft Stores muganda wange ali ku 0776 41 15 43 ojja kuba ofuna obugatto obulungi obuli original bw'ogenda okwambalira ebbanga ate gwe munange eyali etaze okulambira engoye zo okugeza oteekako ebifaanani ebya campaign ebifaanani ebya birthday engoye ez'okuziika omwagalawo omuwerekeramu kitiibwa obubonero bw'amasomero logo za kampuni ez'enjawulo ebipande munange nja kusindika ku mega signs mu kibuga Kampala awo ku Container Village enamba y'essimu 0701024969 aba mega sign bajja kuba bakutuusaako empeereza ezo zonna. Tuli wano mu Kenya Nairobi nga omukyala w'omukulembeze w'eggwanga Barbie Kyagulanyi ayina olukuŋŋaana olulwanirira eddembe ery'obuntu ssaako n'eddembe ly'abakyala lyalimu mu woole eyo maaso yawerekeddwako sipiika wa KCCA omukyala Zahara Luyulika era ng'emikolo gitambudde bulungi nga bwe mugirabye. Tubeebaza nnyo mwena ababadde ku Ghetto TV mwebale kubaako mwebalire ddala temujja ng'oko mweraba.